Hello, everybody. We are live here again for another Teacher for a Day class. And today we have Julia with us, Julia Marinho. She is our Masterflex 1 student from the IBEU at Home branch. So she studies remotely with Arthur. Arthur is her teacher. Julia, thank you for taking part in this project. And it's with you. Good luck on your class.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy for being here. I'm a little nervous, but I think
It's
we're
gonna be
gonna
great, I'm sure. I'm very curious, actually.
do. To start, I'm Julia, as Roberta said, and I am 21 years old. I studied at IBEU, and it's been a pleasure for me. It's been a good time for me to be here. The topic that we are going to talk today is about movies and books. At all, I love books and I love movies. So when we got there together, it's a perfect match for me because I love to see how movies can be influenced by books, even based or inspired by them. To start, guys, I want you to answer here on chat. It's like a quiz. I want you to guess what's the movie based on a silhouette. Silhouette. We're gonna play the first one, and I want you to discover what movie is this. Can you guess? No one? No guesses. Oh God. I thought it would be. Yes! Yes, Georgie, great. It's the Lion King. Yeah, the next one. Let's see who can who can discover it. It's not that easy, but it's okay. One movie could be. Yes, that's it. Bridget Jones' Diaries. Yes, with the perfect Hugh Grant. Yes, Patricia. Congratulations. That one. Oh no, not too much, just a little. This, I guess, is harder. Anyone? No? No, it's not Charlie's Angels. One more guess. Okay, I'm gonna say it's Clueless. And to finish, this is one of my favorites. I love this. No one? Mm, easy, guys, easy. I'm not gonna sing, but the song says, I love you, baby. You know? I love you, baby. Na, 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 na. He sings to her. Yes, that's it. 10 things I hate about you. That's it, guys. Just for us to get just a warm. Well, to introduce the topic, I'm gonna talk about what is a classic. What is this books that we know nowadays there is called classic, and sometimes I were like classic, but I never heard about it. Why a classic? But guys, a classic, it's a book, it's a history, a movie that can reflect the culture of a people in history. When we read it, we know more about the past cultures. We can see how it developed until nowadays, how the customs, the habits, the even the clothes, the way we live developed until nowadays. When we read a classic, we can see this, these peculiar things that were improved until now. A classic, it's a temporal because it can always touch an important point in our lives, like death, life, life, né? Love, money. A classic can tell about a universal subject. Anyone can feel represented by this because it's general. They are themes and subjects that anyone can be represented. So, do you know Romeo and Juliet? It's a classic of love and sacrifice. And until nowadays, we see how we can be reflect, and even in movies, books, even in real life, how people had ideals of love based on this history. Another point is the importance of classics. It's not old; it's vintage. We can see that the things that we do now are influenced by things past, things that were made on the past, things that they were customs and habits of the past ages. Nowadays we had the customs of like use a middle skirt, you know, and it's a custom of, if I'm not wrong, like the 70s, 80s. I'm not sure, but we are repeating some habits, some customs. And when a classics, when we read classics, we can see a lot of old customs, you know, that are getting back nowadays as trends. Nowadays, music, mainly because jazz music is getting back with it's getting back harder nowadays. Um, do you know like the song "Careless Whisper"? Da-da-da-da, da-da-da. It's a trend on TikTok and Instagram Reels and these things. They are getting back, so I like to see how we are enjoying our history, how we are enjoying things that we thought that were past, but are getting back. And I like to see it. I like to be vintage. When we read classics, it also improves our vocabulary because there are so many words that we stopped using, like the, thou, and mayam. I watched a series called When Calls the Heart, and they always use Mayan. Oh, good morning, Mayan. I like to see this. Oh, they're so cute. It's a way to call the female, the woman. It's Mayan because it's a like abbreviation. These literatures are also important because many of the movies that we know nowadays, that we like to see, they are influenced by classic. And now we are going to see how it happens. Let's see. Well, the first one, The Lion King, that we saw in the quiz. Have you ever think that Hamlet influenced The Lion King? Hmm? It was a surprise for me because I never imagined this. Like, oh, Shakespeare, The Lion King, what? It's in the comparison is that these stories tell about young princes that had their dads killed by their own brother. So the prince had their father and his uncle. Yes, his uncle killed the father. So it's a murder on real life, on reality or royalty life. So they made this with the intention to take the throne from them. In The Lion King, this happened with Mufasa. Mufasa dies when Scar, his brother, kills him, and Simba, his son, take the throne, came back to take the throne. And in Hamlet, it happens with Hamlet. There is the prince that had his father, the king of Denmark, died by his brother, and the story develops on a play of some acts. And when the Hamlet Hamlet makes like a surprise, like he starts a play, and in the middle of in the middle of the play, he said like, "Oh, uncle, you killed my father," and it's like, oh, gossip in royalty. I love it. The other movie is, let me see what it is. Think 10 Things I Hate About You and The Taming of Shrew. God, this make me surprised because I loved a novel that passed on Global that were called, I don't know what's the name in English, but in Portuguese it was O Cravo e a Rosa. That is also influenced by the Taming of Shrew of Shakespeare. It's a history of a girl that had a sister, young sister, but her young sister only can date if she date first. So, but this girl, in that case, Catherine, doesn't want to date. She was like an independent, determined girl that doesn't want to marry or to be with to find a good guy, but her sister wants to date, and she had to date first to her sister date them. I like the movie because Cat at 10 Things I Hate About You. Cat is it's a good girl that likes to be on it, likes to enjoy her own company, and her sister decided to date, and she was like, "Oh my god, I'm, I'm gonna date too." No, another movie. I guess it's Clueless. Let me see. Oh no, it's the Bridget Jones' Diary and Pride and Prejudice. This is a classic. Both are classics. Um, the Bridget Jones' Diary is like a modernization of Jane Austen novel. The Bridget Jones may not feel the same economic pressure to get married as Elizabeth feels, but she still faces like a great social pressure to find the right guy. You know, even Bridget and Kat, they sorry, Elizabeth, they had a pressure to get married because all the other girls are getting married and you are going to be an out. This is like okay. What make these stories get close or similar is their complex of independent of determinants, how they are heroines that ignore society rules and try to find their own ways. They try even falling in love. They doesn't fall in love by society rules. You know, they find their own way to get in love with some guy. Another movie, it's now it's Clueless. Clueless. Well, Clueless is inspired on Emma, also from Jane Austen. This movie talk about a girl. They're rich, like beautiful, popular. It's like a Barbie, and she think both movies. They think they are both girls. They think they are a great matchmakers. Like they like to make couples. They like to match people. Um, when they start to do it, they see that they are successful. So they continue this, but saying, no, I match people, but I will never marry. I will never get fall in love. But the life, it's a box of surprise. And at the end of the hit stories, they find a guy and fall in love. To finish, I want to send questions here on chat of everything or curiosity, something related to literature, to movies. I want to hear from you.
While we wait for the questions, I have a question for you. Where did this interest come from on movies and literature? Is it something you study? Where did it come from?
Well, I always like to read, and I also always like to, not always, but I like to watch movies as hobby. But then it became a official hobby. Like I really like to analyze a movie. I really like to discuss things about it, like things about photography of the movie, the song, the everything about movie. I like it. And once in college at university, my professor made a comparison between the Iliad of Homer and the Revenant, the movie, and I was like, oh my god, this guy
This
is a
is this
genius.
is what I felt today during your class. I was like mind blown. Like, how come these movies have influenced these other it's crazy.
Yeah, I was like that. I was like, how is it possible? And from that moment, I were more interested about it, and I start to search to look for things relation to this, to make comparisons, to make theories. Like, oh my god.
And what do you study in university?
I studied language, letras,
Okay. Ah, okay.
and language. I studied Portuguese and Latin. Latin.
Okay. Ooh, oh my God, you were
Yeah,
brave.
great.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, I have a question here for you from your teacher. Why did you choose these movies? Are they your favorites or because they are classics?
For both motives, because for both reasons, because I like some of them. I confess I didn't like Bridget Jones' Diary. I saw it and I was like, it's not my kind of movie. But
Okay.
the other ones, The Lion King. Oh my god, I am seven again when I watch it.
Nice.
And because they are classic, they are most known, you know.
Yes. And when you, I have another question for you. When you, Arthur is proud of you taking letras. Do you, when you read, do you, I'm
Okay.
sorry, want to say something?
So I was saying that nowadays I do psychology.
Oh,
That's
okay.
purpose.
Um, I was talking about literature. Do you prefer reading in Portuguese or in English, or you read both, or Latin?
I don't like Latin. Not anymore because I was like traumatized. Like
Yeah,
it
Latin
was
is.
it's a traumatic experience. I'm kidding. No, I discovered that I like more literature and I like to teach Portuguese. I like to teach English too, but Portuguese makes my heart beat faster.
So, do you want to be a teacher? Is that something you want to do?
Yeah, maybe one day, maybe one day. Now, for now, I like to follow my profession, my psychology. I That's a thing that I was always interested in. That I even started to make comparison between psychologists and movies. Because
Nice.
yes, I love it. I love it.
So,
And
this
but
could be a theme for your next class on A Teacher for a Day.
oh my god, maybe.
Next year, 2022.
Yes, but I really like to teach too.
Nice. I don't think we have any other questions right now. We just have your teacher proud of you, everybody congratulating you. And I want to thank you very much for your class today. It was really amazing. I learned a lot from you. I want to thank everybody who was here with us. We'll have lots of people here today. I want to thank everybody as well. Is there anything you want to say before we go?
I want to thank you for the being here, watching, enjoying, and I really want you to take this feeling of comparison with you to your homes because movies and books are awesome. They are amazing. And when we get them together is it's perfect.
Very nice. I'm curious. I think I'm gonna rewatch those movies to see with
Yeah,
different eyes, right? Because
do
now
it.
that you opened our minds, we have to watch those movies again, right?
Yes.
All right, Julia, thank you very much. Guys, thank you very much. See you on the next class. And Julia, I'll see you next year for Teacher for a Day again.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.